I've spent the last few years feeling nothing but frustration with Prince Harry. Estranged from his family, leaking royal secrets, that whole Netflix tell all, the endless interviews, the memoir, it was exhausting. For someone who claimed to want privacy, he sure couldn't stop talking. And while Meghan Markle often gets the lion's share of the blame, let's be honest, Harry was right there beside her, burning bridges with a flamethrower. But here's the thing, I've never thought of Harry as just an idiot or someone inherently cruel. There's something else beneath the tantrums, the bitterness, and the poor decisions. Grief, anger, guilt, a boy who never got the help he needed when he lost his mother. A young man who watched the royal family, especially his father, fumble the most important role of all, protecting his children. Not just from the media, but from emotional neglect. King Charles might have done some things well, but let's not forget he carried on with Camilla so openly, treated Diana, the mother of his children, with such casual disregard that it couldn't not leave a scar. When you're a kid growing up in that environment, trust is the first casualty. Love doesn't feel safe, and that changes who you are. I don't think Harry ever found real unconditional love or trust, not from his family, not from the institution. That left a hole big enough for someone like Meghan to walk into and exploit. But this past week, Harry returned to the UK alone. Meghan stayed back in California. He started by honoring his late grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II, laying flowers at her resting place on the anniversary of her passing. Then he attended the Well Child Awards, chatting with terminally ill children, playfully sword fighting with balloons, joking about siblings, and making kids smile. It was the kind of warmth that reminds me of the old Harry. Then came the reunion with King Charles, their first real meeting in 19 months. Harry kept his schedule clear for it. The meeting reportedly lasted 54 minutes over tea, and we're told he's asked his team not to brief the media on what was said. It's not everything, but it's a start, and I'm ready to wait and see where this goes. Next, he boarded a train to Kiev with his Invictus Games team, meeting wounded Ukrainian veterans, hearing their stories, and announcing new rehabilitation efforts. I think Invictus is the one cause he has managed to stay kind of true to through all the drama and madness. And it's a good cause. I'm rooting for the cause for sure. And all this while his brother, Prince William and Catherine, the supposedly dutiful royal couple, are being slammed in the British press for being, well, boring, detached, MIA. 5 family vacations in 7 months, 2 official appearances in a week. It's not a great look. Even their most loyal defenders, the so-called royal experts, are now scrambling, grasping at the straws to come up with anything remotely negative to say about Harry, just so they can keep pretending that William and Catherine still embody duty and grace. But the reality is, it's getting harder and harder to justify the Wales disappearing act. And honestly, some of the royal commentary on YouTube lately has been downright embarrassing. People who once made fair points about Harry are now just nitpicking things like him announcing a children's charity donation and the amount. Really? He's a private citizen now using his own money, not Dutch billions, and we're faulting him for being transparent. You don't have to like him, but if someone's doing something decent, just let it be. Keep criticizing the things he actually did wrong. But this desperate negativity, it's not a good look. Is he still responsible for the chaos he helped create? Absolutely. He has a long road ahead to rebuild trust, not just with his family, but with the public. But for the first time in years, I don't see a man screaming into microphones about trauma. Maybe he's trying to grow up, finally, to turn pain into purpose, to make good on the legacy of the only person who ever made him feel truly loved, his mother, Diana.